Well, guys, as you can see, I'm down on the beautiful Fish River Valley, and this is home base of African Brother Safari. We are on Rangemore Farm, which belongs to my father. And, well, what can I say? We are on our last episode of season 3, and it's all about where we are now and what does the future hold. So, being on the Fish River, for those of you know and who know the Eastern Cape, this is still wild country. We have got cattle rustlers that constantly steal our stock from across the river. We have poaching. It's still wild Africa. We still try and preserve as much as we can. There are hippo that call the banks of the Fish River home that are right down there. And we are looking into the future for what we want to do with this place and where I want to go with my company. The dream is to hopefully one day purchase up neighboring properties. I'd like to keep it a low fenced reserve. That is kind of where I'm aiming for, and keeping the natural species as much as possible, and trying to introduce more natural game that used to be here back in the day. And the only way I can do that is by booking more clients, helping them build my business, or getting them to help me build my business, let's put it that way, giving them the best ethical hunting safari experience, and actually learning about South Africa and kind of giving them the true experience of a safari, not hunting behind high fences. And guys, don't get me wrong, high fence farms are there for a reason, because we cannot introduce random game without having the high fence. It's illegal. So there are certain species we can introduce which work with stock ranches. So hence the reason I've done the blessed buck. There are other species like blue wildebeest, zebra, and stuff like that that don't travel through areas over fences and stuff like that. So you can contain them on your property. Contain is a loose word, because I've got blessed buck that have broken out into neighboring properties at the moment that I'm trying to gather up, or hopefully get clients that come out to hunt them on those properties. I've spoken to my neighbors. They're happy that they stand there for a while. Otherwise, I've got to go in and go shoot them. And at the end of the day, it'll just be for my freezer, where if I get a client in to come and hunt them, it'll be the memory, the experience of the hunt, and the animal will provide for more than just my fridge. It'll provide for the tracker and his family, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot that goes into it, and I'm super excited for the future. It's hard work. We had a great season last year with Mike and his family coming back. I hadn't spoken to Mike or really been in contact with Mike for a long period. And then he booked his hunt, and it was almost exactly 10 years to the day that I hadn't seen him. And he came out with his dad and brother, which the first time I ever met them, it was the Three Musketeers, and they came out. And then the second trip, it was Mike and his dad only, that came out in 2014. Yeah, it was 2014. And then 2013, was it 2013? I might have my dates muddled up, but almost 10 years to the day that he's came out, and we went after buffalo, and we shot 2 beautiful buffalo. We hunted one on a property just down the river from us, and we hunted this thick Fish River Valley, and we got a beautiful buffalo with Mike there. And then after 7 days, 8 days of hard hunting, we just couldn't get onto the herd again to look for another bull for Stan. So we changed properties, and we ended up on another property to the west of us, also in some thick valley, and we managed to get a beautiful buffalo bull there for Stan. And in between all of this, we got warthog. Mark got his warthog eventually after 3 attempts. we got a decent warthog for Mark, and then his brother Dave shot a bush pig, and he shot a blue wildebeest. So it was an all round great trip and a great start to African Brother Safari again, kicking it off with the guys who started it way back then to come back and just give it a little bit of life again to head on. Then we had Tim that came out, super dude. He won our trip, so that's what's given me the opportunity now, is also being able to give away these hunts. And it was awesome because a lot of people thought it was a scam. Tim won it, and his buddy actually won the second prize, or it was the same thing, which was quite strange that two guys won it that knew each other. Unfortunately, Dave couldn't come out, and Tim came out, and we had a cracker of a hunt. The weather wasn't on our side. He shot some beautiful animals. We shot a beautiful mountain redbuck way up in the mountains. We hunted on my cousin's property where we were after kudu, and the poor guy got such buck fever with the kudu. It's always awesome for a guide to see a client coming out and really a specific animal means the world to him. And sadly, he didn't get his kudu on that trip, and he has booked again. He's coming out next year, and we are going after kudu, buffalo, and maybe a few other species on his list. But we shot a beautiful bush pig. We shot a monster of a warthog. And what else did we bang out? So we got a Nyala bull in place of the kudu that he was after. So we had an awesome trip. Oh, let me not forget, he shot an amazing springbuck in some terrible conditions, wind and everything was blowing all over the place. But he made some awesome shots. The only one that he couldn't capitalize on was the damn kudu that gave us the slip. So that really put some life back into, my company. And it got me to show what we're capable of as a team, what we're wanting, and where we're wanting to go into the future. So this year's been a bust. It's been a terrible year for us, as we had 12 cancellations. I don't know what it's to do. It's to either the economy in the States and elections going on, and with us on this side, with our elections going on, people are a bit worried about coming out and what's happening. But at least it's looking promising for next year again. So we've got buff hunts booked for next year, and that's looking super important. And guys, I'm not a big company. I'm not looking for 100 clients a year. I want to do 10 clients a year where I offer the most authentic experience there is to offer in South Africa. And I'm not the one who's gonna want a big fancy lodge to go and put 100 clients in, 200 clients in every year and rinse and repeat the same model that everyone else is doing. We are unique. African Brother Safari is unique. We want to showcase what the country has to offer. So if you're looking for something like that and something different, find us on social media. Head on over to our Instagram page. Find the YouTube channel. Watch more of what I've been explaining to you guys on where I've grown up, how things have changed, what the industry has changed and become, and look at where our path is. It's not the easy path, but it's the path that I want to be on. I could be like the rest of these outfitters out there and slash prices and be as cutthroat as the rest of them and try and lowball everyone to book clients to make a day fee. That's about it. And that is not what I'm offering. We are offering the full experience. So if you are keen on something like that, this is the door you need to knock on, and come and experience the beautiful Eastern Cape with us. This is where we're based, guys, but we have got some awesome properties available to us, private owned ranches, where we can go and hunt way up in the Winterberg mountain range. I've just made a great contact of hunting in the Karoo with an old school friend of mine, and let's give you guys the full experience of the Eastern Cape. Let's start out here at sea level and base at the coast and show you what the beautiful Indian Ocean is and the thick hunting areas we have here. And then let's take you for a stroll inland and let's go climb those big mountains way up in the Winterberg Range after mountain reedbuck, fall redbuck. There's beautiful fallow deer up there. Let's go after the free range eland. That's the type of hunting that I want to do. Try and stay away as much as possible from the high fenced areas. And then let's take you to the beautiful Karoo where we can go after gemsbuck, beautiful springbuck, where my buddy Nick has got an unbelievable program that he's done there with reintroducing back springbuck and breeding up high-end quality springbuck, and go after that grand slam, but with quality old trophies. None of this young mediocre stuff that people are portraying as trophies over social media. There's a lot of guys that have been going on and on about the buffalo that have been hunted in the Eastern Cape. The Eastern Cape is not a place of inferior species and trophies. There are guys out there like myself and bigger companies that are leading this front run of shooting old. That is what we're after. Yes, you guys are limited to the days that you are here. Whether it's a 10-day hunt, a 5-day hunt, a 7-day hunt. The guys normally go on a 7 and a 10-day. 12, 14 days is a great hunt. But also, if you're wanting to hunt quality, don't expect to shoot 20, 30, 40 animals on a trip. Because then you're not hunting quality. You are shooting a representative species. Rather hunt with a professional hunter that goes, hey bud, let's leave that kudu bull. Let's look for something better. Then have a guy go, let's shoot it. And also be careful of the PHs that you hunt with that will leave that kudu bull on the first day and will be happy for you to shoot it on the last day. The reason why I say that is because he's been put under pressure by the outfitter to shoot a kudu bull. So he's passed him up on day one. Because he passed him up on day one means he's not of quality. But it doesn't mean by day 10 that kudu bull becomes a trophy. Those are the places you need to watch out for. Rather have the PH who passes him up on day 1 and passes him up on day 10 and says, book another trip, bud, so we can find you the best representative old mature bull for the Eastern Cape. And those are just my opinions, guys. You can take it where it's from. If you are happy to go and hunt in those places, by all means, I'm not trying to sway you. My style of hunting isn't an easy style of hunting. It's tough, it's grueling, it's the outdoors, it's walk and stalk. It's not driving around in a pickup park here and let's go and stand on a lookout point over there. Let's see, okay, there's a bunch of impala, let's cruise down here. We get into a property, we glass an area, we look for it, and we start walking. You can ask Tim, you can ask Mike. The challenge is real. It's not made up. So if you're wanting to hunt with African Brother Safari, look for that. The challenge is real. I will take you to places, we'll get dust on your boots, and we'll make sure that you have a hunting experience of a lifetime. So if you're enjoying these guys, hit the like and subscribe button. This is the end of our season 3. And if you're wanting more, drop it in the comments there and let's talk hunting in South Africa, hunting in the Eastern Cape, and what it's all about. And let's see where I can take this company to. Let's hopefully take it to the next level and beyond. Cheers, guys.